this is the losers bracket finals. Loser of this series is Dunzo. They're going to be going home with third place. A lot of money on the line here as well, making it to second place. And of course, into the grand finals to play up against Evil Geniuses in one of the final best of fives. Ladies and gentlemen, I am not here alone. I'm with, of course, Pitmuckle doing production as well as observing. Mott Packs on stats. My name is Mott. And of course, with me today is Trouf. As we jump into game number 3, Trouf, already some interesting bands. VirtusPro getting Leshrac first round, first pick. Pretty good hero to start things off for VirtusPro, and a lot better than what Illidan was playing last game, which of course was that Slark.
Yeah, and I think Slark is fine sometimes, but just against the lineup that that Cloud9 had, where they were mostly 5-manning, despite the fact that they picked an anti-mage. They 5-man with anti-mage, once, like you mentioned, once they got the Battle Fury Vlads. The biggest thing was just that, honestly, the Viper just did so well. And was not a hero that it seemed like any of the heroes on VirtusPro could have fought into with the start that he had with the mech blink. So Bounty Hunter picked up for Cloud9. They really value this hero a bit higher, I would say, than most teams. They were banning it out in the first phase last time. This time they're picking it up in the first phase. Against the Leshrac, so they give up a good Leshrac, but they're also going to take a Bounty Hunter, perhaps maybe even a Queen of Pain to go against the Leshrac mid. Another good hero to it's one of the premium mid heroes, so to speak. I didn't even notice this, but the Viper's actually banned out with the first phase from VirtusPro. I haven't seen that in some time.
That is some respect, and deservedly so. But it's tough because you ban out one hero that Fata plays, you just get him another one. Fata is rarely the issue with Cloud9 and them losing a game. It's almost him always getting a really, really favorable mid matchup, or at least doing well in a matchup that he shouldn't. And with Queen of Pain, that's going to be pretty good as well against the Leshrac. As you mentioned, you called it, you predicted it correctly. Going back to the Bounty Hunter, they respect this hero, and deservedly so. They were the first team to really experiment with it as a support role and play it a lot. Pilot Eye, of course, one of the people that kind of were in the forefront of playing the Bounty Hunter in that 4 position. But we'll see how things go now after we get through these next couple of bands. Rubik is going to be the next pick for VirtusPro. Lil did so much work in that particular game, in the first game, that it's not a surprise they go for the second pick. So we have yet to see how this draft actually shapes up in terms of who's going where, other than obviously Lesh and Queen of Pain. But I'm liking the start for both teams so far. There's nothing really jumping out at me that's saying this is bad, this isn't going to work. This seems like a good start for both teams, honestly.
Yep. I mean, it's very open-ended on both sides, but yeah, I like the Queen of Pain. Rubik is okay against him. You can steal Blink, but it's a little bit harder to steal Blink than it is on, say, against an anti-mage, where that's like your only spell that you're casting.
Right.
You have other ways to spam out before you get the Blink, but if you do, it's one of the best spells to get because it's like the best Blink of the game. It's better than a natural Blink, or sorry, it's better than a Blink Dagger because you can always cast it, regardless if you get hit or not, and the range is ridiculous, so have to watch out for that. But Centaur banned out here from Cloud9. They know that VirtusPro like to pick that up, especially when the Tusk is banned. So they banned that out from VirtusPro.
It's funny about the Blink. Queen of Pain wasn't really touched before that change, where they changed the range to be equal at all levels. So yeah, that's how one small thing can go so far in Dota. And that's the biggest difference, I think, with a lot of games, is that these small changes add up to so much throughout the course of Dota history. And that's Bloodseeker, for example. There were some big changes to him, and it took a lot to get him back in competitive. But he's here, and he's here to stay, at least for a period of time. He's so good at snowballing. If you have some sort of lockdown, in particular, obviously, Storm Spirit, very good against Bloodseeker, but still a very strong hero. Like we mentioned, he snowballs very effectively. He has a great silence. And in general, Bloodseeker just does a lot of work early game, so I'm excited to see how this goes, and I think Envy is going to be playing it as they have the Queen of Pain. Sometimes they do have Envy go safe lane on the Queen of Pain, but I think this is an Envy Bloodseeker, so we'll see.
Yeah, don't get me wrong, I think Bloodseeker is extremely strong, especially when he has a really good start, but I think there are a number of ways to pick counter against him. The most obvious one is the Storm, which isn't banned out here, which is a little curious to me, the fact that Cloud9 didn't ban it up, and maybe they probably knew the whole time that they want to pick Bloodseeker because they got the first pick out of the second phase.
Yeah.
And there's nothing else new being shown to them after the Rubik pickup, so that's a little strange to me. Storm is the most obvious one because you don't really get affected by Rupture. It's very difficult to actually get the Blood right onto him unless you have some other setups done. Or if you go Yules, but I've talked about this before, you don't really want to go Yules on Bloodseeker if you don't have to.
Right.
So that's, Storm is a good counter to him. I think Legion Commander is also really good against Bloodseeker. I don't know if VirtusPro ever run him, trying to think if DK Phobos ever plays Legion Commander. I mean, to me, Bone Seven's like the only person that ever plays that.
Yeah,
So.
yeah. I don't believe they've really played that hero too commonly. This is interesting. Visage. This could set up for a drought pickup here for VirtusPro. So they have their own strat in mind, perhaps.
Yeah, and we do know that they love Drow. They got 3 ranged heroes already, so I could definitely see the Drow coming up. Yeah, that wouldn't surprise me at all. Also, I think Juggernaut's actually pretty good against Bloodseeker too, because you rupture him. Yes, it does go through the spin and whatnot, but if you walk right up to him, or if you have your blood range on, that Omni Slash kills him so damn fast. 48% extra damage onto himself.
Yeah,
it's really a double-edged sword. And they actually go, speaking of the Legion Commander, they go for it themselves.
I think this is an okay pickup here. I really like this. It's a way to lock down some of these squishier heroes that they're going to blow up instantly. They can give the Legion Blood Rage without too much worry, other than maybe a Visage throwing up a Soul Assumption or something along those lines. They can have Bloodseeker have the Blood Rage and throw up a Silence on top of that duel. We know how well Bone Civic can play this hero. There's really no issues with this whatsoever. They'll have the Bounty Hunter roaming in with the Legion Commander more than likely as well, which is something we see a lot. They've been doing 2-on-2 for the entire day. They try land occasionally, and it will be VirtusPro going for the Drow Ranger. I am afraid for the Drow because early on in the game, she will take some damage from that overwhelming odds, which is so good. The nuke is very strong. With Bounty Hunter being nearby as well, it's a great... I think Drow Ranger has a lot of problems with getting ganked early on in the game, with how slow she is. Her Gust is going to have to be used to, I think, in a defensive capacity. Bounty Hunter can run with an Orb of Venom, get a Janata off, throw up a Shuriken Toss, and at that point, she's pretty much dead. So I am afraid for VirtusPro and the Drow Ranger with these two heroes going top lane, but this is what we expected. We expected Drow Ranger to be picked up by VirtusPro.
Yeah, and it's already a good lineup for it, and they love to run it on Illidan as well, so... Not surprised by that at all. As far as last picks go, you know, usually you want to pair it up with some kind of initiator on your team, because whenever you run the Drow, you're usually lacking an initiation because you typically want to have Drow paired up with other ranged heroes, and ranged heroes just simply don't have that great of initiation. Rubik is okay, but that's presuming you, you know, have some kind of good timing on the blink, which usually doesn't happen on a 4-position Rubik, and it's probably going to be a 4-position Visage anyway. So the other, you know, the kind of heroes that go well with a Drow is like Darkseer is actually pretty good in terms of initiation and team fight control. Clockwork is usually pretty good. The Centaur's banned out, that would have been great as well. So DK Phobos heroes, I like the ban from Cloud9 with the Spirit Breaker. They know that VirtusPro love it. They know that Phobos plays it well, and it would have worked well. So I would say Clockwork most likely. Again, Legion Commander would have been great, but it's actually taken by Cloud9.
They've done some Night Stalker recently. Surprisingly, there's not been much Clockwork in their recent games.
Yeah, I know. That's coming to me, too. I'm thinking, I don't think they ever run that, do they?
No, it's really weird. Like, there's so many good heroes that so many teams just don't run because they either don't feel comfortable on that particular hero or they haven't experimented with it or what have you. But I mean, you look at some of their last games and they have, like, 0 Clockworks in there. Cloud9 would go for Scarith as their secondary support with the Bounty Hunter. Silence on top of a duel into the Mystic Flare is pretty good. They will go for the Clockwork. Okay, so we're proven wrong. At least I'm proven wrong. It's just, I guess there's been a lot of Tusk. There's been a lot of Spirit Breaker when they can't get Tusk, and even when they can't get those two, they've done some Night Stalker. They've done some Centaur. Yeah. So they decided to go for the Clockwork in this particular game, which I think is pretty good. You lock down the Bloodseeker, make sure he can't run at you with his Thirst. Lock down the Legion Commander, which is fine as well, and it could easily take down a Scarith Mage solo, no problem. You have to be careful with the Mystic Flare, obviously, but this is an okay hero coming out from VirtusPro. I am very, very afraid of the combo potential that Cloud9 have with Mystic Flare, Blood Rite, Duel, Sonic Wave. All of those together, one hero is going to die more than likely. So it's going to be interesting. VirtusPro, though, they do have this pushing lineup, and they have a lot of ranged heroes, 4 of them, in fact. Clockwork is good, and this is what I really love about when you have a Drow Visage lineup, is getting that tanky initiator instead of going 5 range. Get somebody that's going to be in the front lines, setting things up, and Clockwork is that hero for VirtusPro.
Yeah. What was I going to say? Oh, also the tried and true Bloodseeker combo with, you know, someone like a Quap or Zeus. I actually think it's really good with Quap because it's pure damage.
Yeah.
So boosting up pure damage is almost always better, in my opinion. And the fact that it's pure damage and it's AoE, so, you know, you talk about how boosting up maybe Lena's Laguna Blade, once you get it to pure damage with Aghanims, is very scary. I think it's like 1300 damage or something like that. But with the Quap Aghanims, you're looking at 575 damage. That's boosted by 40%, and it's an AoE.
Yeah.
So it's very, very ridiculous the amount of actual damage that it'll do. That's one of the scariest combos, if not the scariest combo, at least in my opinion.
805 pure damage in an AoE if you have a Blood Raged Queen of Pain with an Aghanim Scepter.
Every 40 seconds too. Once you give the
every 40 seconds. That's enough to kill a lot of these heroes. Assuming they get some quick levels up on this Queen of Pain, assuming they max out the Blood Rage first, and assuming they're all in a pretty good spot for this Queen of Pain ultimate. I mean, there are some squishy heroes. You look at the starting HP of almost all of these guys. 550 for Drow, 511 for Rubik, 549 for the Shrek, 587 for the Visage. And DK Phobos is only about 100 more with 644. So their base HP is not particularly great. Building into some strength, building into some HP rather, might be a necessity for some of these players. Getting casual abrasions might be a good idea. I don't think that'll actually happen, though. It's probably just going to be normal itemizations. What's interesting right now is Cloud9 are going for a 2-3 rune contestation. It actually is going to be Bounty Hunter checking things out.
They're baiting this bounty with the sentry. FNG's in the perfect spot. He's sitting right by the trees. But No-Tail is not going to be fooled so easily.
Or is he? He shadow walks again, and he's going to walk right in. FNG is going to skill up his Q button here in just a moment. No-Tail is not going for this, man.
I think he may have actually seen FNG there. It was close. He was standing behind the trees, but nicely played by No-Tail. A lot of players could get baited by that.
Yeah, I'm very surprised. He's gone to that spot, and in almost every game I've seen him on the Bounty Hunter, he doesn't go for it this time. The game sense is real for No-Tail. He did put down this great lane ward behind the tower here, which is nice. So he's got some decent vision there. And it is going to be that aggro duel lane like we talked about, Bone7 and No-Tail, at least for the beginning of the game. No-Tail will make some appearances mid more than likely, some special guest appearances on G, and try to get some kills here with Fata more than likely. He might rotate bottom even as well. Good cog usage from DK Phobos. He did miss the melee creep, unfortunately, so that's fine. Not a big deal. He still deposited a lot of the creeps. They'll make their way out pretty soon. And we'll see how this goes.
FNG delivers the trees to G. What a player. What a nice guy.
Yeah, seriously.
Open stun coming out from G just to harass Fata.
Denied.
But Fata's damage is actually pretty good in the co-op. 66 compared to an exact 66 from G with the extra help of the Drow aura. So this is why I really like this co-op pain. Co-op pain. Did I actually just say co-op pain?
Co-op pain.
By the way, I got 1 hour to sleep, guys, so just let you know.
Good old Vancouver. Shadow Strike. Fots is going in. Blink, he keeps canceling it. Is G dead? Fata can go in. He's going to. He blinks past the tower. Split Earth goes, but it's too late. Fata gets a solo kill. First blood. Whatever advantage Leshrac had is now gone. No-Tail is going to get caught with telekinesis and a grave chill. They will Dustin. He has Shadow Walk. He's still in trouble. Illidan can't get there, and even if he did, he didn't have Frost Arrows. He does have a lot of damage, however, with the right click. But all right, that's a lot of abilities and detection spent on just trying to kill No-Tail when he survives the entire time. But more importantly, let's get back to mid. Fata gets a first blood solo on a Leshrac. How important is that, Trout?
Oh, he can snowball out of control now. I really think Quap Pain, I'm going to start calling him that now.
Quap Pain.
It's just such a premier solo hero. Like, you can see just what he does. He has so much mobility, even with the Drought Aura helping out. I know it's not a lot, but it's still something. Like, 5 damage in the laning phase can be quite important sometimes. But it just does so much damage. His animation's great.
Yeah.
The damage, it's a perfect mid hero. It's just so good. It wins almost every matchup. It's gonna blink it aggressively. Here comes the help from 2 different heroes.
Good
stun coming out actually.
G's still dead though. He knows he's dead. He's gonna try to get a counter kill on Fata. Last click. He couldn't get there. No-Tail is the one to get the last hit. As I mentioned, that special guest appearance and another special guest appearance as Misery rotates mid. They are very low. All of them, in fact. Fata will bottle up and get rune control bottom with an illusion rune. Top lane, this will leave Bone7 alone. Frost arrows are going to go, but it is only level 1, so it doesn't slow that much. And Bounty Hunter is just going to take a quick trip back to the well with a deny to the neutral.
Yep, and as long as Bone7 doesn't die up top, and he's actually getting some decent experience, then Cloud9 are going to be winning all 3 of their lanes. Okay, they're not going to be winning top, but they're doing okay top. In terms of... Actually, it's 11 CS. That's almost as much as Illidan has in the
overwhelming odds. Good ability, man. That's a great CSing ability. But the problem is he doesn't have a bottle yet, I don't believe. But he does have a mango. He might have already used one. I'm not sure if he had 2 or not. Ooh, and this is that overwhelming odds. Go for it! Yes! 2 CS there. So that's how he gets it, man. Mid lane, Fatsa in trouble, brought back Lightning Storm with the flare, gets the kill. See, FNG would have gotten it anyways, but DK Phobos gets the kill from afar as he is currently depositing some creeps. But Fata does get the kill on Lesh first and foremost, which is obviously the more important factor.
Yep, and it also means just Leshrac is just falling further and further behind. He actually has the same CS as Fata, actually one more CS, but with 3 deaths to his name, it's going to be hard to contest in the lane without some kind of help all the time, just because he's always going to have this level advantage now. He's a full level ahead. FNG is now sitting here. Top lane. I see some dives coming out.
Overwhelming odds onto 2 plus the creep wave. Illidan's done. Moment of Courage gets the kill. Last right click for Lil. Oh, actually survives a little bit further than I thought he would. Bone7's trying to take the aggro off him. He can't seem to do so. Finally does. Took a little bit more damage than he needed to, but he will salve up. He also has a mango ready to go. And now they are winning this top lane. We talked about they weren't winning before. I think they are now.
Yep. Yeah. And TP coming in from Drow. Just dings level 4. He actually puts 2 points into the Frost arrow, so not maxing out the precision or not something you see as of late.
Yeah.
So wants to have a little bit more control in the top lane because he feels just a little bit too pressured. So top lane's not I mean, all the lanes are really not going well for VirtusPro at this stage, which is crazy to think when you pick up Drow Ranger. Typically that kind of solidifies your lanes.
Envy is continuing to get free farm bottom. There's not much Clockwork can do in this situation.
No, there's not. This
blood right, by the way.
Mismatch here for Clock. He's actually doing better than I thought he would be doing too, but he has 1 kill, so that's probably why.
13 last hits, he got that flare kill mid. He'll send another flare mid onto Fata. That'll do some damage. He is a haste rune on Fata. He's level 5, almost 6, so he'll be getting that Sonic Wave pretty soon. Lightning Storm spam is coming out for G, and this is one thing that's going to make his life a little bit easier with the level 3 Lightning Storm now coming out. Spam out the creep wave, get rune control, stay alive, don't let Fata jump on top of you. Always keep the lane pushed in if you can while getting some decent CS. The problem is now, No-Tail's going to rotate back in. There's a haste rune on Fata. And there's no sentry, and G's just freaking dead. Shadow Strike goes in, the Shrew gets all started away. Split Earth misses completely. Misery even gets involved, and I think he got the assist as well. They are putting a lot of emphasis on shutting G down, not just in this game, but in obviously the last game as well, and then lose on the Shadow Fiend. DK Phobos walks in, gets Shadow Striked. He won't get dove, though. There's no creep wave, and that would have been a little too aggressive from Cloud9. Instead, they'll go back to their own devices. No-Tail will throw up a great... This is a fantastic ward. I love this ward in the jungle here, aggressive early on. And Mizrul will head up top lane as well.
Fata just had a haste. Maybe he gets an invis now. Yep, he got an invis.
So wait, he had a 4-minute haste rune, and then a 6-minute invis rune. That's the epitome of the S4 rune. Like that in a nutshell. A lot of people, I think that the S4 rune is just the haste rune at 4 minutes. I think it's like a combination of like getting the rune that you need
haste
at 4 minutes.
DD.
Yeah, like haste DD or haste invis, or like getting any combination of those runes in like the 2 to 4 to 6 minute range, and then just going to town. So
yeah, and the important thing too is the last gank onto G in mid, he didn't have to use his ultimate on the Queen of Pain, so now he has it available. He can go for maybe a solo kill if he wants to, or maybe just if they want to take the tower, it might even be a good idea just to like converge on top lane. Look at all these, look at this row of wards they have. They have all this vision in the entire jungle. They know any rotations coming out. I think it might be a good idea to just completely dive the top lane, have the cop come up with the ultimate and the invis, kill both heroes, take the tower. We'll see where he goes for. He's actually going to go towards mid, which is a bit more of a greedy play. We'll see
he
if it
sees
pays
DK
off.
Phobos with that ward. He notices he's rotating top, and that means that they're going to go top. There's no TP for the Leshrac. There is a dead Illidan Storm Rage for sure. Bone7 still doesn't have his level 6. Meanwhile, DK Phobos gets Shadow Strike. Fata's actually kind of out of mana. He does have a stick. Got a right click. Sonic Wave will not kill here. He needs... So he has to choose between Sonic Wave and Screw and Pain, and it's not going to matter because he's going to get cogged and he's going to lose mana anyways. But putting pressure on the Tier 1 tower, I think, is exactly what you want to do. Make it really difficult for this Drow to farm. She can't farm the jungle yet without some sort of lifesteal. Obviously, the Morbid Mask. And she's not quite there yet. She went for treads first. So force her into another area to farm, whether that's bottom, which it looks like it will be. I feel like Envy could just man up on her. He has Rupture, he has Blood Rage. I don't really see any reason why he couldn't just go for a kill, other than that he's under a tower. And speaking of under a tower, Bone7 will pick up that Tier 1 top, which is what we expected to happen.
Yeah, if you don't have vision of the enemy support heroes that can turn it, you just kind of assume that they're there, because Well, he is actually there, but even if he wasn't, you still don't make that play.
Yeah.
Obviously, he doesn't know that, but you need to assume. He's actually going to go rush for the Blade Mail, which I think is fine. A lot of players like to just get the minus BKB, which I totally think is... Well, I think the minus BKB would be great this game, but the one problem I see running into that early BKB is that if this game does go late, that Lesh is going to punish you with a 5-second BKB. Like, really punish you. So I think this build is warranted because you want to have those charges later on.
Oh, he Blood Rage the Queen of Pain. That is an extra 40%. Scream's gonna go through Shadow Strike. Sonic Wave gets canceled. Rupture flies through. Great Gust coming out. The right click's coming in. Fade Bolt goes through. They need to be careful. Sonic Wave goes in. They don't get the kill just yet. Envy gonna Blood Rage himself. Picks up Illidan. Will he be able to get out is the question. Absolutely. F&G is now next in line. Telekinesis not there. Envy gets the double kill. All right, that actually could have gone a lot better for Cloud9 because of the silence coming out from the Drow, but they played it nicely. Oh, Bone 7, he wants to run it. He wants to duel on Lil. He's going to find it. They get the Arcane Seal, Ancient Seal off. Do they have enough damage? He doesn't get the duel win. They will get the kill with the Arcane Bolt more than likely. But Bone 7 goes down. Great rotation. The kill is split. They might get Misery as well. He's going to try to juke through the trees. They have the Lightning Storm. They'll use it, and that'll be more than enough to get the kill. An aggressive play that doesn't pay off. They don't get the duel victory for Bone 7. Great cog push actually saves the life of the Visage. That was really good from DK Phobos.
Yeah, I was just going to say that. Really nicely played by him. But still, they're spreading out the map a little bit better on the side of Cloud9. They're forcing him up top. They're dealing some damage. Actually, they did no damage to the mid tower. That's a little surprising. But the bottom tier tower is almost dead. So there's that for them. And they're forcing Illidan to kind of farm in places he doesn't want to. He's 0-3 and 0. Action perhaps on to DK Phobos, not level 6 just yet. He senses something. Here comes the Janata proc, and yeah, I think it's going to be a dead clockwork.
Man, he just can't find any room to work with. The fact that he's not level 6 yet at 9 minutes is devastating. He can't get hook shots, he can't save his team. VirtusPro have to find some room, some space. They will find Envy bottom, they'll gust him, they'll frost arrow him. He'll try to TP away, but the soul assumption will be there to secure the kill for Lil. That is, they needed that desperately because Illidan's just not getting anything. He's only level 7. He's sitting on 40 CS to the Envy 61. So a kill is a kill, and a kill on Envy especially is very, very, very useful.
Not a good TP there, though. It's going to really hurt him when he respawns here, too, because if he had just died, not used the TP, he could just TP back to bottom, farm, and yeah, it sucks dying, but oh well, at least I'm getting my free farm again. Now he has to make the long walk of shame all the way back to the bottom lane. He probably goes mid just because he's going to be upset that he has to go walk all the way bottom. And yeah, Quap already TP'd bottom, actually puts a Shadow Strike on his Illidan Storm Rage, gets silenced up. He does have an ultimate in 3 seconds, but Illidan's just going to TP out, and yeah, Envy is just going to walk towards the mid lane. Maybe he just looks for a kill, but those TP outs, you know, sometimes it's good to go for those, but when you don't get them, it's devastating, actually. It just wastes a lot of time in terms of what you could be spending your time farming.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. He's still at top of the net worth, and that does put him off. He has his Blade Mail, by the way. He just got it, I think, after he died, so the trip to the well doesn't actually hurt that bad because he does pick up his item. They will put pressure on the tier 1 tower mid. He doesn't have his Blood Rage yet. He's actually maxing Blood Rage, or at least he put that 3rd point into it. So he doesn't want the silence, which is interesting. It would be easier to clear creep waves, maybe set some things up. Shuriken Toss will go through. No Tail not level 6 yet, and he's even gonna die. Solo kill. Lil gets level 6 and brings him down. Nice kill there. All right.
Yep. Pretty nicely done. Did the drop pop the precision aura too to help out, even though it is only level 1.
There's the
now he picks up the silence.
Oh, he misses the hook shot. Oh no. They're gonna jump in. Duel's gonna go through Illidan. Mystic Flare. Split Earth goes, but they get the win. Bone 7 in trouble. He is gonna go down. DK Phobos is ruptured, but they're gonna back away. Spell was stolen. It's Rupture. FNG does get the Rupture coming through with the spell steal. 1-for-1 trade. Bone 7 did get the duel win, however.
It's a really good spell to steal, honestly. Kind of unfortunate that it wasn't able to use the Blood Rage, but yeah, good spell steal there by, actually it's FNG, I almost called him Lil. Lil, how's he doing in terms of farm now that he's going to go towards the medallion so they can take Roche a lot faster. TP coming in, nice last auto attack there from the Quap. Fata gets the last hit on the tower. They make him rotate, very nicely done.
I think DK Phobos is going to have to step his game up. He missed his first hook shot. It's not the worst thing in the world, but he's going to have to be that initiator that we were talking about. Level 6 now for No Tail. This is where it gets really difficult. One particular kill can lead to a big snowball, big terms of There's a lot of momentum coming up for Cloud9 if they're not careful. So G is actually out of mana. No-Tail is chasing after him, but G's just going to go home, it looks like. And No-Tail shouldn't chase any further. He might put a ward behind this tier 2 or close to the tier 2. They're still at tier 1, by the way. Smoke is up for Cloud9. FNG's going to walk right into No-Tail. Cog shot. There's the track up. Ancient Seal. Overwhelming odds. Destroys him. No-Tail in trouble. Rupture on Misery. There's the duel coming through onto Lil. Can they bring him down? The Blood Right and Ancient Seal will be enough. DK Phobos tracked up as well. More TPs. G's back in the fray. And V is still Blood Rage. She's got the Blade Mail, but it might not be enough. In trouble. There comes the Pulse Nova. Last right click, he'll fall. Sonic Wave hits up onto Illidan. No, onto G instead. That's who they want. Gus comes through. It's too late. Fonta in trouble. Press the attack comes out. There's the Shuriken Toss. Will they turn this? Still healing up. Dust is going to go through. Fonta about to blink Scream in. It looks like a couple right clicks. They want these kills. They'll find both of them. It looks like these are both track kills. They'll get one with the Arcane Bolt. They'll get the other with the right click of Fonta. Those are huge track kills coming out. And that is Snowball Incarnate coming up for Cloud9. They get 3,000 gold. They team wipe VirtusPro. How did it go so wrong so quickly for VirtusPro?
They just kited him so well. He gets the track off. Like one auto attack from being killed too. Nice plays there by No-Tail, but they just kited them very, very nicely. The press the attack, one of the best abilities in getting people out of silences or stuns, or even just healing them in general. And this is, I really like Legion Commander, and I think Bone 7 plays him so well. Probably the, I feel like I could safely say he's the best Legion Commander out there.
Yeah, I don't think anyone would disagree with you about that.
It's very good. It's just fun to see how, I mean, you see on paper how good press the attack can be. I mean, typically you think of the dual damage and wow, I'm hitting for plus, you know, a Divine Rapier for free. But really in fights, these press attacks can be so clutch at times if you use them correctly. And you saw just there how it can be really effective.
They're going to grab a haste rune for G. He's trying to build towards a Bloodstone. It doesn't seem to be going too well. They're going to head towards the bottom jungle. Envy seems to have a good understanding of this is happening because they didn't smoke up. They walked underneath that Observer Ward that was just placed by No-Tail. That's fantastic. Envy as well as Misery are going to sit underneath this tower. TP should be at the ready for the rest of Cloud9. In fact, everybody has them with the exception of No-Tail, so he's going to have to walk down there. No, he does have one. He just has it in a different spot. That's annoying. But yeah, they're gonna all TP. One TP to the tier 2 for No-Tail. The rest are saving up for the tier 1. They know that this push is coming in. They want to try to get as much done as possible while they're not at the tower. And Bone Symbol will try to take the tier 1 tower in the process mid. And Fonsa will just farm top. There's a fight. Envy gets caught out. He's going to pop up his Blade Mail. Cogs will go, and they'll take that Envy. They're not going to defend this, it looks like now. They're just going to take the tier 1 mid. I think Envy's okay with that. They're tracking up completely. Misery is somehow not spotted. Hookshot misses completely from DK Phobos. They'll jump in, blink away from the Legion Commander. Blood Right, Envy. No, that was the Storm Blood Right coming in. Duel comes down on the other side. DK Phobos in trouble. They get the duel. Yes. On the other side, Misery does get blown up. He's a poor freaking chicken. G now pops his Pulse Nova coming in. Lil, good drop. Sonic Wave goes, blows up Lil. TP's back in. G's still alive. That haste rune keeping him up and ready. Scream and Pain, last right click. He gets it. And the track kill. 4 more kills coming out for Cloud9. And Illidan will more than likely be the pitch. No-Tail goes in this. He was the target. It's a triple kill for Fata. Snowball indeed. This is exactly what we were talking about with his first blood. He's almost got a full scythe. He's going to buy it up pretty soon. And it's another team wipe for Cloud9.
Yeah, Fata's just playing really well. Like, he knows what he can get away with. He knows how many auto attacks he can get onto a hero. Even with the haste rune Lesh running away, he was still able to get like 3 auto attacks just because of the way he positioned his hero and whatnot after the blink. Even though that Envy died, it was a much needed sacrifice to get that really nice exchange in favor of Cloud9. And yeah, as you mentioned, the scythe is coming out, I think, now? Does he have the... Yeah, he has a full thing. 16 minutes.
Scythe.
I would like to see the stat on that because that's a very, very early hex. One of the earliest I've ever seen.
The interesting thing about that last engagement, by the way, was even though they lost all 5 heroes, the gold exchange was 1,700 versus 1,600. VirtusPro getting to 1,600. Cloud9 only getting 100 extra gold out of that fight because of how much these heroes are worth. And that was with track 2. And that I think that's, I'm pretty sure that's accurate because it was showing all of the heroes that died in the entire engagement. So Blood Right's going to come in. They'll back out of Roche. Lil and Illidan will be the only ones that are silenced. DK Phobos hookshot into the back lines. It's going to be a No-Tail Cog push. Really good zoning Cogs coming out. Bone 7 left out to dry. Mystic Flare does miss. Illidan now going on Fatsa. Silence up. He'll get out. Overwhelming odds destroys Phobos. He'll die. Big Shuriken toss. FNG and another go down. Illidan does get the dual win, but he is still going to die just because they keep him in place. It's going to be another 5-man wipe here. Envy will go down yet again. Another track kill. VirtusPro just cannot take a fight at all. Every single team fight has been a wipe, it seems like, in this entire game. It's 27-13 for God's sakes, and Fatsa is the one that is leading the way here on the side of Cloud9.
Well, at least he got 10 dual damage on the Drow. Envy, he actually died, but he died to neutrals. It just worked out perfectly in his in his favor.
Wow.
Yeah, and the goal just continues to skyrocket here for Fata. I can't blame VirtusPro at all for going for that kind of play for the Roche. I think they have to go for some kind of crazy, ridiculous play at this point. I think it was a nice decision by the Clockwork to just run in there and try to buy time. It looked like there may have been a chance for them to actually take the fight, but there's just so much farm on Fata. There's just so much farm on everybody. I mean, you have a full Vlad's plus a Mana Boots medallion on your bounty hunter. Look at his farm, man. It's just ridiculous with all the track gold.
Oh, Illidan gets hexed. They really want this double damage here, and he's gonna grab it. Head to Roche. Gonna start it off. They actually probably could take this. They're gonna take it fast. Sonic Wave goes in. Alright. Effigy does blink out with the blink that he stole. They get Roche. Illidan is gonna grab the Aegis. Hookshot misses again from DK Phobos. That was tough. It was going to be on a blinking Queen of Pain. Rupture onto G. Blood Right's gonna come through. DK Phobos will get silenced again. He's got 3 silences on him. Mystic Flare. He's trying to avoid all the damage he can. FNG blinks up to the high ground. No Tail will get brought down. Flare goes through. Press the attack. Keeps him up. But there's the Soul Assumption to get the kill. Everyone is low for VirtusPro. Misery has caught himself on the wrong side of the law. Fatsu will grab a kill. Illidan hex up. That's the Aegis. Envy with the Blood Rage going to work. Phone 7. Press the attack. His duel's ready. DK Phobos with great cogs. They don't get the dual damage up from DK Phobos. Blood Rage's going to go, and Illidan is going to try to go to work. But there's the duel they were looking for. And guess what? It is another 5-man wipe for Cloud9. What is that? 4 in a row? 5 in a row? Jesus.
Look at that. When Bounty comes up and maybe gets a couple of last hits, or if they get a tower, every single member of Cloud9 will be more farmed than every single member of VirtusPro. Watch this net worth after they get this tower. It's insane. Scythe has been rushed in 2-8. This was the 5th fastest ever. The fastest was 13:34. My God, a 13-minute Scythe? Are you kidding me? All right, that's kind of hard to beat.
I don't know how you get a better start than what Fox has had, but apparently he was able to do so.
13-minute hex. That's insane. He must have got brown boots. I can't think of him upgrading anything. No magic. That's just crazy. I'd love to see that.
Where do we go from here? There is a almost 20,000 net worth lead for Cloud9, and
that's it.
Knights kills with the 18-minute mark. That'll do it. Yeah, that'll do the job. So for VirtusPro, I just feel like they've got nothing. What does this Drow have? Double Wraith Band, a Keel on Treads?
Yeah,
not nearly enough.
And he didn't max out Precision Aura too, so they don't actually hit that hard. Envy, a little bit of trouble. They actually steal the Blood Rage.
That's
maybe you can throw that on the G.
DK Phobos in trouble. Blood Right. Shuriken continues to bounce. Big Silence comes through. Envy is actually very low. Fade Bolt almost brings him down. Press the attack though. He's thirsted. Rupture will get up onto Illidan. Illidan just walks up and dies. Lightning Storm. Is this going to be another 5-man wipe? They'll get 3. Gems on the deck. Fatsa canceling his Sonic Wave. FNG gets dueled up. And now Lil, the only survivor again. Every single fight has been a wipe. Lil does stay alive. Looks like this time he will go down. He actually had the Blood Rage on him. They had to work a bit harder for that one, but Envy and Fatsa, the 2 big cores from Cloud9, stay alive. It is 37-17. Fatsa will drop down his Zol Talisman, pick up the gem. He's got 4,500 gold after just buying that Hex.
Yeah, look at the net worth tab now, man. It's actually, everyone is more farmed now.
There it is.
God, Visage is actually so farmed too. He had like 3,000 gold before that fight, or before he died. Picks up almost the Bloodstone's actually almost there for G. Almost has a full Aghanims. But, I mean, look at this. It's 21 minutes, 21,000 net worth lead there for C9.
I think we've seen this before,
yeah.
Cloud9. I can't put my finger exactly on where. I feel like we're missing some Dagons this game.
We definitely are. Envy, you know what to do.
I mean, for those of you that missed the match between NIP and C9 in the second game, I think it was 2 or 3 people on Cloud9 started buying Dagons, including Envy on the Bloodseeker, went Midas Dagon 5. And he was zapping people for some heavy damage. So, well, Shrek has took back the 5th spot on the net worth chart, so It was a small moment for No Tail to be up there with the rest of his squad, but he is now just behind the Lesh by 100 net worth. He gets this Ancient. Give him the Ancient, Bone 7. No. Damn.
Maybe he'll accidentally get it.
Get it? Ah! He actually stopped it on purpose. Only 172 teams have ever had a 20k gold lead at 20-minute mark in Pro Dota. How many won is the big question. That's the real question.
170. Nope.
172.
All of them.
Pretty good. Yeah. So VirtusPro are looking for some sort of record-breaking performance here within the next 30 minutes. The unfortunate thing is that they don't really have the lineup that's conducive to this. Like, they have a Bloodstone on G, sure, but Illidan's got nothing, and he's not really, like, Drow's a great mid-game carry, and it's the mid-game and she's not carrying. Alright, well, there's a smoke up, and I mean, I've said this before, but I feel like if they are to lose this fight, then the game is over, they call G, but knowing VirtusPro, they might wait a bit longer.
Oh, they will wait. They love to wait. Quap blinks in.
This could
Maybe
be a
even
big kill.
He has a BKB.
Spell Soul and it's Scream of Pain. There's the Hex coming in. BKB is going to go through. Sonic Wave just blows up at the G. Does stick up to half health. Hook shot from DK Phobos to make sure they get everything off. But, well, he's going to get dueled and they're going to get the victory as well. And here comes Envy. Quick as a freaking rabbit. They get 3 kills already. Bone 7 comes in. Blood Right is on the deck. Effigy's going to go down. Lil will fall as well. And that's 6 or 7 team wipes in a row. I'm not sure. Well, for those of you keeping track at home, go ahead and post in Twitch chat. Cloud9 have won every fight this game. It's 42-18 at 23 minutes into the game. All fight has been taken out of VirtusPro. They're going to lose their last tier 2. Surprisingly enough, the tier 3 and Rax has still been untouched, with the exception of, I think, the top tier 3, which has been touched a little bit. That'll change here. So.
I mean, for all intents and purposes, this game is completely over. But, like we've talked about, VP love to stick it out until the bitter end. But
Smart play. There are some BKBs on cooldown, some abilities on cooldown, so Cloud9 will just back up. And no, that's just it's a solid play. Anyways.
God, now Bounty Hunter is 3,500. He can upgrade to Greaves if he wants to. Wait, do they have a mech on someone else? I don't think they do. No, he can get the Greaves. There's a gem, there's a Yules, and a Force Staff up on the Skywrath. Oh, he actually went towards the mech after the Sange on the Bloodseeker. So yeah, they do have a mech. That's crazy.
Envy loves going mech on carries. Gyrocopter mech, Bloodseeker mech. Why not? He doesn't really need the damage, I guess.
He also doesn't need a mech.
I guess that's true.
I mean, it's fine, but it's just funny, you know, Bounty Hunter has this much gold, and he usually buys Graves anyway. I mean, this game is pretty much over anyway. Rupture comes out onto FNG, throws out the Blood Right. It actually hits him. I thought it.
He was
thought it
on
was
the
okay,
very
but...
edge. Yeah, he thought it was fine. It's not the case. Isometric View strikes again. Jump in. BK Phobos tracked up. He's more than likely dead. BKB from Fata. He is caught. They're not killing DK Phobos just yet. Well, notes on the backside. There's the duel up. That'll be onto Lil. Mystic Flare, they will bring him down. Bone 7 now with 86 duel damage. Illidan and G, the only 2 survivors. We're going to see maybe another team wipe. Illidan wants to walk back in just to give his life up. Sonic Wave will hit, and there it is. That should be... the unfortunate thing for Cloud9 is that they don't have any waves pushed in except for top. They're going to try to bring down the Aghanim Scepter birds that Lil has, by the way. They won't find them. Lil
is actually playing really well in these team fights, too. Like, he's a very, very good Visage player, and he's getting the full damage output out of these familiars and his soul assumptions. By the way, a term you like to use, Fata is definitely feeling himself because in the middle of that team fight, while walking around a clockwork in a drow, he's dropping his sheep to get 5 stick charges.
That's... wow. That's too much, man. Envy's gonna die top lane. That's a dominating spree for DK Phobos, by the way. He gets like 1,000 gold from that. Yeah, right about 1,000. Him and FNG. There's an Aghanim Scepter, by the way, for the Queen of Pain. Level 16 ult with Blood Rage, 805 damage, as we talked about. All right. Let's see here.
You know the funny thing is that drop my scythe to get 5 or 6 stick charges actually made a difference because he barely had enough mana to use that ulti in that little space that he did on the 2 heroes right there. It actually made a difference. That's the funny thing.
That's That's how you know you're a goddamn player. When you make those types of plays. That's ballsy as all hell, but VirtusPro at this point are they're hanging on by less than a thread. I don't know what they're hanging on by, but it's not much. They have 3 Bloodstone charges for G. He has an Ogre Club. Illidan still has no item. He bought an Ogre Club. All right, so he's got that. That was his next item. Lil's the only one farming decently well, and that's because he has birds and he's an Aghanim Scepter. He even has a medallion too. We can honestly get a Solar Crest, and maybe that's the item they need. What does everyone else have for Cloud9? Halberd for Envy. We already saw that Aghanim Scepter for Fata. There's a Crimson Guard for No Tail. Even Misery has a Yule Scepter. 0-7's actually, if you look at the rest of the team, it feels like he's underfarmed for where he should be. But they're all pretty close together with the exception of Fata, who's very, very far up there. Oh, just kidding. He's got a Desolator. I was wrong. He's frozen.
Yeah, I was going to say, his net worth is actually pretty much identical with the Bloodseeker, so maybe just holding his gold. Here comes a duel on the G. God. My god, the damage is real. Pops the BKB, so there's no lift or anything, any kind of shenanigans like that. Roche gets taken out by the Quap. Takes the Aegis. Blink Dagger now purchased by the Skywrath. I mean, there's just so many things going the way of Cloud9 right now.
VirtusPro really wanted that T1 tower too. They can't get it. They gonna wrap on this? Cloud9 are like, we're wrapping on you right now. Observer Ward will not scout them out. They walked past the Observer Wards that would have seen them make this play. And VirtusPro are going to get pincered, or flanked, I guess is the term you're looking for. Fata will get silenced, but it'll BKB. Hookshot misses. Illidan's going to get hexed up, and he's dead. Rule is not there. Sonic Wave, Blood Rage. We'll see you later, FNG. Got 1 hit. Mystic Flare. Everybody's freaking dead, and Fata gets an Ultra Kill. They're not calling it. They were like, this is... I'm
telling you, man, they never do.
It's bloody.
You know what it is? They have to wait until Lil is alive so that he can kill all his items.
True.
That's the strat. That's what they gotta do. They gotta appease his little OCD thing about the...
yeah, I guess keep your camera on low, because when he drops all of his items, that's how you know. Or maybe when the GG's called is when he drops his items.
I think if he's not in base, he will drop all his items, but if he is in base, he'll buy 6 of something.
Whatever. 6 of whatever he has enough money for. I don't know how he knows what he has enough money for, but...
oh, he knows. He's practiced this.
I guess he must have him. He must do it in pubs too. They get the courier, by the way, as if they needed any added incentive to finish this game. What was on it is the question. Talisman of Evasion. That's great. That was Lil's Solar Crest. Is now gone. And Cloud9 don't want to go in, even though they have Aegis. They will pop the Crimson Guard. Maybe they will go in. Telekinesis Fata. BKB is available. Aegis might be in trouble. DK Phobos, they force him forward into the base. Fata is going to go down, but that's just the Aegis. Mystic Flare, they actually bring down the bounty as well. All right, VirtusPro, I see you. Blood Right, G in trouble. We'll get out of there in time. Silence isn't going to stop him from TPing. Illidan, though, is going to get Sonic Waved, and he gets blown up, but that is the only kill they grab. Envy is very low, but he's thirsty, and he's headed out of the base. Fata has Blink in 1. Good hold.
Oh, the rocket actually hits him.
BKB jumps back in. Duel is up. 0-7 is now going to work. He wants to finish this one off. Fata is low. Split Earth. He forces out and actually misses. Custom shot onto G. G's up to 4 Bloodstone charges, trying to chase him down. No Sonic Wave. It's up to 13 seconds. They blink out. They have to back away. That's a pretty good hold, man. Like, all things considered. Like, you're down, what, 30k net worth? You probably should be able to hold like that. Somehow they do.
It's almost about 35,000. I've never seen a team make it look way better than it actually does in terms of the metrics. Notable, I like the stat. Notable Lil NIM, 6 blades of attack, 6 core stats, 3 couriers. You know, I've seen him do 6 Mask of Madnesses before, which is actually a lot of gold.
That is a lot of gold, yeah.
Yeah, it's 2,000 a piece, so, well, 1,800, I guess.
How do you build that up? You must, like, I guess with selling everything, if you're like 5 slotted or something. I don't know. Bots is going Refresher, because why not? That's frightening. Jesus. DK Phobos is going to check after No Tail. Do they have a gem? I'd be very surprised if they picked up the one that Cloud9 dropped. They don't have one. It's on Misery currently. All right. Finish up that Refresher Orb, and then it's time to hit that tier 3 tower, hit that Rax.
Yep, only so much we can talk. This is pretty much a stomp game, but At least you're getting some fun items, like Bloodseeker's got a halberd, mech, plate mail, which is, I don't know
It
what
ain't no
Shiva's.
digging though, man. It's no digging.
I know, it's no dagging, but...
Well, there's the refresher now done for Fata. That's fantastic. Regular, good old Sonic Wave twice with double BKB, double Hex. Very value item.
And Blood Rage onto him, so he
And Blood
can
Rage.
throw that out twice. Jeez, that's so scary.
I mean, he's gonna kill everybody, assuming he gets the Blood Rage and he stays alive long enough with his BKB. They still Shadow Walk for FNG, probably wanted track. At this point, track will not save you. They're clearing out the creep wave nicely. Foot push might be the optimal decision for Cloud9. Envy is not there yet, by the way. He's making his way downtown. No tail.
Making his way downtown. Oh, hook shot off the mark.
DK Phobos has had a rough game. That's really, really rough. They've missed a couple of those, unfortunately. I think now we see why they don't play Clockwork as much.
Oh, come on, man.
I'm not trying to play
Cheap shots.
It's not. All right. Well, my bad. But anyway.
No, to be fair, it's not been his greatest game.
Yeah.
He's made some good plays, like up top where he cogged during that duel. That was a really nice play.
Yeah. His cogs have been on point.
Here's the thing, as we see a very, very easy duel. Actually, taking some damage. Nope, he gains a little bit of life.
Oh, boy. Fox's yet to Sonic Wave. There it is. Where's the refresher? There it is. Hex up again onto Illidan. DK Phobos will die to the last right click and force that.
He needs to sell his items. Buy back and sell your items. Yep, see?
There, yeah. No, he's going in, man. GG's called. Drop it. Drop all your items. Lil.
Oh, no.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Lil.
Wants to kill Envy instead. Wants to kill Envy instead. Can't do
No. The first game I've seen Lil not drop his items, actually.
it. And he had the chance.
He
But,
did.
oh, what was I gonna say? Totally. It lost me, man. It lost me. Crazy game.
There's not much really to talk about.
With the... I was gonna say how, we were talking about the Clockwork not having a good game, but it's very easy to look like you don't know what you're doing on a hero when you're down 40,000.
Right, that's true.
Yeah, it's very easy to look like you're not playing well on a certain hero, but
Yeah.
you have to go when you're down that far. You have to go for crazy plays. You have to go for that crazy hook shot that you don't think is gonna hit, etc., etc. So, but that being said, it was not the best game.
Let me clarify. DK Phobos is a fantastic player. He didn't hit the hook shots. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
It's a fair
flame.
point.
It
Yeah,
was a
of course.
tough game for them. He hit the cogs for sure, but there were a couple of hook shots that he did miss. It's not an easy hero, and DK Phobos is a fantastic player. So maybe they grab him another hero. Maybe they try to go for a Clockwork and he proves me wrong next game. I would be very excited for that. But as far as this game is concerned, it wasn't like he was the only one missing abilities and missing spells. All VirtusPro got outclassed in this particular game by Cloud9, who had a fantastic start for Fata, starting off with the first blood. Some early roams, they shut down the Leshrac, and it was just easy from that point for Cloud9. The game ends. The kill total is absurd. Fata has 22 kills because, sure, why not? And they have a 2-1 lead. Next game could be the game that secures them to the grand finals to face up against Evil Geniuses. Will that be the case, or will VirtusPro tie it? Game number 2 is going to be coming up, of course. This is Dota Pit Season 3, the Losers Bracket Finals. My name is Mont. Follow me at MontDota. With me is Trouf. You can follow him at TroufDota. Pitmuckle, our observer and producer. You follow him at Pitmuckle, as well as MontPax at MontPax doing the stats. With that being said, game number 4 coming up momentarily. Stick around, guys.